Right. Hey, everybody. What's going on today? You can see little change of scenery. I know we've been having a lot of issues with the noise and being able to hear. So hopefully this room seems to be a little quieter. I know it's not quite as aesthetically pleasing. Maybe in time we can spice it up for next week. But I wanted to try it. So if you guys can hear better, leave us a comment, let us know. I know right now it's fine because I'm sitting right next to the mic. But hopefully throughout this class, you will be able to hear a little better. So I got a couple requests this week for hip openers. Seem to be the number one request. Everyone always feeling tight in their hips. So we're gonna do a little bit of hips. And then secondly, low back. So just some gentle stuff to open up the low back as well. So I hope you enjoy this practice. Now, I do want to preface this class with saying that the very first part of this, okay, maybe the first like 5 to 10 minutes of this class is going to be really intense with your core. We're going to open up with a lot of core exercises. And when you start off with core, sometimes it feels way worse than once you already were warmed up and doing it in the middle. I want you to bear with me and trust the process that this core work is actually going to help open up your hips and your low back. The reason this is because what actually happens a lot of times is we feel really, really tight and we stretch and we stretch and we stretch and we stretch and we try to loosen and open ourselves up. But a lot of times if our cores are weak or they're tired, what we've been doing all day or what we've been doing, our movement patterns over the course of our entire life have been using accessories supposed to be aiding a movement rather than the primary movers doing the primary work. And those muscles get really, really, really overworked and overstretched. And so what happens is because we don't necessarily have the strength in the right places, we're trying to outstretch an already overstretched muscle, if that makes sense. So hip flexors come to mind as a great example, right? We don't spend really any time strengthening the hip flexors, but all we do all the time is like stretch the hip flexors, stretch the hip flexors. You do your couch stretches, you do your lunges, things like that. But a lot of times if our abdominal muscles, our spina erecta, our low back muscles, our obliques are a little underutilized, our hip flexors are making up for that. And so they're getting overstretched, trying to do all the work and trying to do all the support. And so overstretching them is what they're already doing. So doing more stretching to loosen them up is kind of counterproductive, if that makes sense. So I hope it does. So bear with the first part. That's going to be a little intense. And then we'll open up into a really, really nice, dare I say, gentle sequence today. So blocks would probably come in handy today. I don't think I have anything very, very specific for them. And the strap as well, just kind of your own props for your own practice. That's it. Let's get started. So we're actually going to start on our backs or sitting down, really, just on your butt. So you can be facing the front of the mat. I'll face you guys to start. Whether you're on your back or whether you want to sit up, doesn't matter. You can kind of be like prepped for bridge pose or in a nice cross-legged position. I want you to start to take a couple nice breaths here and really kind of ground yourself in. And as far as the theme goes, that's kind of going to be it today, is grounding. I know hip opening sounds like this lightning process and kind of expanding ourselves into a more fluid and open state. But a lot of times when we really hammer home the hips and really open them up, what happens is we feel a lot more grounded, a lot more connected to where our feet are. The old adage in yoga is that hip openers, in the hips is where we hold a lot of emotional trauma or a lot of senses, a lot of feelings. And when you're working on them, all that stuff can come up. And while in my own practice I've experienced that is true, in my own practice what I've also experienced is as I open up my hips, I feel much, much more confident and solidified with where I am at. there's almost an acceptance that comes along with opening these things up. So I'm not saying you'll have any similar experiences, but just notice and observe and see if you can recommit to grounding yourself to this mat, recommit to grounding yourself to this practice. Ground into your breath, ground into your body. Maybe feel the blood running through your veins, through your forearms and your fingertips, through your legs, into your toes. Maybe giving certain muscles a little squeeze just to feel alive, just to feel that strength, that ability, that control that you have over your body. Make a little tiny fist with your right hand and release, a little tiny fist with your left and release. Squeeze your belly, push your lower back into the ground and release. Squeeze your butt. Release. Take 2 more breaths here, wherever you might be at. On your next exhale, your eyes are closed, blink them open. Bring yourself up to a seat. If you are not already there, we're going to start in boat pose. So butt bounce on the ground, leaning back just gently. You can float your feet off the ground. There's lots of places to be. Your feet just barely hovering off the ground. Your shins parallel to the floor, or you can totally extend the legs straight. We're just going to go through a couple rounds here, going down to low boat or hollow boat and back up to the Vipassana. So take it in now. As you exhale, down, inhale back, lower down, inhale back up. We're going to do 20 of these. There's 3, hang in. 4, up, 5, go down, bring it up, 6, lower down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, lower down, 10, lower down, 11, already over halfway, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, last one, 20, good. Lower the legs down, give yourself a little shake. Come all the way down onto your mat. You're going to put your hands flat on the floor. Okay? You can bring your feet flat on the floor here. I want you to start bringing your knees towards your chest. And I actually want you to lift your hips up off the ground and then kick your legs straight out, hovering them off the ground about 6 inches. Bring them back in, knees to chest, lift your hips, kick them out. There's 2. Bring the knees in, lift the hips, kick the legs out. 3. Knees in, hips lift, legs out. 4. Again, 5. 5 more. 6. Knees in, hips up, legs out. 7. Legs out. 10. Bring the knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Almost there. Looking out at the ocean. Maybe that visualization will actually help you get through this a little bit. All right. From here, with the support of your elbows, almost the same idea, except instead of keeping like straight out, you're going to keep them up and then lower them down. So, starts off, knees into your chest. You're just kind of balanced here. Really think about pushing your lower back into the ground. Okay? Extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Start to lower down. 1, bring the knees in, extend up, lower down. 2, bring them in, extend up, lower down. 3, bring them in, up, down. That's 4. In, up, down is 5. In, up, down is 6. In, up, down is 7. Last one. In, up, down is 8. Bring it in. This time, we're going to go with legs wide. So, you'll extend the legs up, lower them down. But then this time, as you bring them in, okay, so extend up, lower down. We're going to widen our legs apart and sweep them up back together this way. For 7, that's kind of like 15 total of these. And we're all done with the core here. We're going to start opening up to 6 a little more. So kick those legs up, lower down for 1, legs out wide, scoop all as much room as you can up to center. 1, down and out. 2, down and around. 3, down, around. 4, down, around. 5, down, around. 6, down, around. Kick your pots out. 7, good. Bend the knees, come up to a seat, roll over onto all fours, press up and back to your first downward dog. You can pedal the feet out here. Nice little start. Belly's probably feeling it. Whatever feels good in your body here, though. Wiggle out the hips side to side. Come into some stillness. Come up high onto your left toes. Inhale, take your right leg straight back, as much height as you can find here. Next, exhale, tuck that right knee in towards your nose. Set the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee down towards the ground. Bring your hands together, clasp them together. Turn the palms away from you. Inhale, sweep up. Arms, palms lifting up towards the ceiling. Really squeeze and activate your left butt cheek here. Let your hips sink down and forward. And then with your arms, think about pulling your shoulders back. Gentle, gentle, gentle little heart opening. Really relax my upper body, right? I'm looking a little bit for extension, but it just feels good. I'm not trying to really crank myself into deep back. Good. Next exhale, hands come down towards the mat. Half splits. Pull the hips back, straighten that right leg. And then this first round here, we're actually round it all in. Think about pulling your toes back, pressing your right heel down towards the ground, and then rounding your spine as much as possible with your head to your head. Now, instead of just rounding, so you can find a nice little flat back, a little more extension, reaching out towards your toes. Plant your left hand. Inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling. Keep pulling your right hip back. Stretch through the chest. So think about broadening your collarbone here. Good. Next exhale, bring this right hand back down towards the mat. Come forward into your low lunge. Took this from a good friend, Amy, who taught wild thing yesterday. We're going to open up a bit. Plant your left hand. Lift your back knee. I want you to step back towards a side plank or bring that right foot behind you. Open up into a little back bend. If you're in a side plank, modify as need. Even if you want a little back bend, you can drop this left knee down towards the ground and just sort of stretch out through the chest. Doesn't have to be super intense, it's really early. Next, exhale, I want you to bring everything back to center. Press back to downward dog. Inhale, come up real high on the right toes, float the left leg up. Exhale, tuck that left knee in towards your nose. Set the foot down in between your hands. Drop your back knee down towards the ground. Again, clasp your hands together. Press the palms away. Inhale, sweep up. This time we're squeezing that right butt cheek. Let our hips fall forward. And find that gentle little opening through the chest. Take one more in. Exhale, hands come down towards the mat, half splits. Pull the left hip back, straighten that left leg. Left heel presses down towards the ground. Round it out. Let your head hang really, really heavy here. Okay, you might feel not just a stretch in the hamstring, but all the way up that entire back line, all the way up into the back of your neck. It's okay. Next, inhale, find some length through that spine. Now instead of down, you're reaching out. Nice flat back, try to get towards your toes. Plant your right hand. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Again, left hip is doing a lot of work here, really pulling back and down. And then your left hand is really helping open up through the chest. Worry less about the hand and shoulder itself, and think about using this pec muscle pulling open. Take one more inhale. Good. Next exhale, that left hand comes down, shift forward into that plank. The right hand is going to stay. You're going to step your left foot back to your side plank variation or your wild thing variation. Take one more. Next exhale, everything coming back to center. Instead of downward dog this time, I just want you to set your knees down for a nice, strong tabletop position. From here, on your inhale, start to keep your right knee at a 90-degree angle, but start to lift that leg up and back behind you. So you see it's almost like I'm trying to step on the ceiling, but I'm not letting my knee be overbent or overflexed or overextended, so I'm straight out. Keep it at a 90-degree angle. From here, I'm going to externally rotate my hip and bring my knee off to the side, almost like I'm peeing on a fire hydrant. Notice I'm trying to keep my hips as flat as possible here. So I'm not lift up here, so that if I have a glass of water, it can slide off my back. I'm trying to keep all this work in my hips. If I'm doing it right, it probably feels a little crampy. Bring that knee all the way up to your right tricep, and then bring it back down. We'll go to the other side. We're going to do like 3 of these on each side. So now the left leg, okay? Hold the toe. Knee stays bent at a 90-degree angle. Start to externally rotate that hip. Bring the knee out to the side. Look at your on fire hydrant. Slowly bring it all the way up. Tricep. Bring it down. Right side. Take it up. Strong belly here. Externally rotate. Knee out towards the side. Hips stay flat. Move really slow. Really concentrated. Bring the knee down. Left leg. Step on the ceiling. Externally rotate. Out towards the side. Bring it forward. Tap that tricep. Bring it down. One more on each side. Right leg up. Externally rotate. Bring it out towards the side. Feel that fire hydrant. Moving really slow. Tap the right tricep. Bring it down. Left side, left side. Left leg up. Externally rotate. Hips and belly stay strong and flat. Out towards the side. Pin on fire hydrant. Tap the left tricep. Bring it down. Good job. Toes are tucked. Press up and back. Downward dog. Maybe pedal out the feet here a little bit. Once you find some stretch through the side body here. So you're going to come high onto your toes with an inhale. Rock your hips over towards the left. Come up onto your right fingertips. So a lot of strength in your left arm here. But a big stretch to the right side body. Next exhale, come back to center. Right hand plants down. Inhale high up onto the toes again. Rock your hips over to the right. Come up high on your left fingertips. So now lots of strength in your right arm. Lots of space to the left side arm. Good. Next exhale, come on back to center. Inhale high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, walk or step those feet forward or forward fold at the top of your mat. Go ahead and hang really, really heavy here. Either grab opposite elbows and let your head hang, or clasp your hands together, bring them behind your back, and don't pull, but just allow the weight of your hands to add a little extra stretch to the back of your neck. Maybe your belly stays slightly active here, but notice in this forward fold, it's not just your hamstrings opening up, but you can start to feel kind of your low back finding a little bit of extra space as well here. Good. Next exhale, release those hands down towards the mat. You can heel toe your feet together, have them slightly apart, hip distance apart, whatever's comfortable for you. Bend your knees so much that you can rest your chest on your thighs. And then over the course of the next 3 breaths, ragdoll yourself all the way up to the top of the mat. Really, really gently, head and shoulders will be the last thing that lift. Unraveling the spine. One thing left, maybe give yourself a little shoulder circle, a little shoulder shrug. Big broad chest, and lift up nice and high. We go similar to what we did when we were in tabletop, with those really, really concentrated sort of hip circles. On your next inhale, you can leave your hands by your side for balance or sweep them up over your head. Start to bring your right knee up into your chest. Tuck it in as high as you can, and then start to externally rotate, open up that knee towards the side. And then internally rotate, leave your knee up high. We'll turn this way so you can see. Leave your knee up high, but start to kick your right foot back. Again, it gets really, really crampy. Kind of start to complete the circle, reaching it back behind you, and then send that toe all the way to the back of your mat, landing in crescent lunge. Okay, so we're going to use that transition quite a bit today, so I'll show you the first time facing it. Setting in your crescent lunge here, maybe high up on the back toes. Squeeze that right butt cheek, find that stretch through your hip flexor, belly is nice and strong. Good. Next exhale, open up, warrior 2. Back heel spins down, settle into your lunge still. Right? Strong through the hips, strong through the belly, relax the shoulders. Feel your connection to the ground, right? This isn't just about stretching and opening, but also being solid with where we're standing. So my back foot just as strong as my front foot. That entire foot. The outside, the inside, the heel, the toes, all pressing down to the ground, just like my left foot at the front of it. Take one more inhale. Good. Next exhale, hands come towards the mat. I'm going to step my right foot up about halfway on the mat. Full foot comes down towards the ground. My toes facing out about a 45 degree. Square your hips towards the front of the mat. Good place for a block here in this pyramid pose. Instead of folding down, so you can find some length. Right, nice flat back here. Pull left hip back, push the right hip forward. Good, take one more inhale here. Maybe slide those blocks a little bit out in front of you. Less about balance and more about feeling solid into the ground. So use your hands and blocks as much as you need to. Shift that weight forward a little bit into your left leg. You can see my right heel comes off the ground, my toes are still down. It's almost like I'm in warrior 3 or standing split. You can lift the leg if you want to, or you can move the leg down. And what I want you to think about is you sinking into this right hip. So it kind of feels like this femur bone is pressing up into that hip socket. And just kind of let it sink in there for a little bit. The opposite of what a lot of yoga is, right? It's your muscles don't sink into your joints. For this specific exercise right now, I want you to sink into your joint. I want you to really let yourself sink into that hip socket. Again, back leg can be lifted to do this, or it can stay down to the ground. I'm feeling a little more gentle today myself, so a little bit of balance help. Not bad. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, rock back into that half pyramid pose again. This time, let yourself fold down around the back. That left hamstring might be a little on fire right now. Lots of big stretches there. Take one more. Next exhale, simply slide that right foot forward to a forward fold. We'll take the same thing on the other side. Bend your knees enough that you can rest your belly on your thighs. Gently ragdoll yourself. 2 or 3 breaths to get there. Go slow. Nice little shoulder shrug. Lift the head up nice and high. Inhale, bring that left knee up into your chest. You can do it with the arms, or you can do it with the arms down. Open up your hip out to the side. Internally rotate that head, kick your foot back. Gently, slowly reach it to the back of the mat. Again, if it feels like your hip cramps when you do that, you're doing it right. Got it? Settle into your crescent pose. Spending just a little bit of time here. Feeling solid, feeling strong through the hips, right? Not just super, super bendy, but like mobile, right? We can use our hips, not just open them up in crazy ways. Next exhale, open up, warrior 2. Spend some good time here in warrior 2. Again, take your time with your adjustments. I'm not just kind of dropping my arms because I'm talking. And I do this a lot of times in warrior 2, is set your foundation first. Sometimes in our transitions, we don't always land exactly where we want to be. Well, that's okay. Practice the transition, but then set yourself up for success, right? Set your foundation up. So my feet feel really good here. Give myself a little hip and belly check. And then I can kind of settle in. Get a little break in your arms, and then a great chance to kind of just reconnect with that intention. Feeling how strong you are in doing that. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, hands come down towards the ground. Step your left foot up about halfway up the mat. Again, that foot lands at a 45-degree angle. Grab your blocks if you want to. Just enjoy the hamstring stretch here. First, nice flat back without reaching out, not down. Pull your right hip back, push your left hip forward. So there's a little bit of activation going on through the hips, but really we're just stretching it out. This should feel really, really gentle wherever you are at. If your blocks or your hooks aren't high enough here, you can always come to your shin or to the top of your thigh. Just skip over your knee or give your knee a little bend if this is where you're at, so you don't hyperextend it. Good, now we're going to play with kind of sinking into that joint a little bit. Scoot your blocks a little bit further forward. You don't have to lift the back knee if you want, but shift your weight into the right hip, right foot, and then just kind of let that femur bone, that right head of the femur bone, punch up or press up into the hip socket. This is a weird little pose because there's a lot of pressure in your hip when you do this, but not a lot of strength. Kind of one of those things where like it feels like a lot, but you're not really working at all. And again, this is why oftentimes we say don't sink into your hips because you're not really building any muscle that way, or don't sink into your joints because you're not really building any muscle that way. And if you're not conscious, you're very attentive to what you're doing, you could damage the hip. There also is some sort of purpose for resetting where things sit inside the joint, and that's kind of the idea of this stretch. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, return to that curly pose. This time folding all the way in. Lift your spine around. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, you stay in this forward fold. Just step the left foot forward to meet it. Bend your knees, rest your belly on your thighs. Inhale, stretch a ragdoll yourself all the way up. 2 or 3 breaths to get there. You may be moving a little faster, it's okay. Still, idea is not to move fast. Roll those shoulders back and get there up nice and tall. Inhale, bring the right knee up into your chest. Leave it nice and high. Open the hip up. Internally rotate, so kick that foot all the way back. Land in your crescent pose. This time, drop that back knee all the way down towards the ground. Bring your hands on top, clasping together. Bring your hand right on top of that thigh. And then think cat-cow pose here. So as I inhale, I'm going to shift my hips forward, take a gentle little back bend to feel really good. And then as I exhale, I'm going to come back so this right leg is almost straight up and down, but I'm really going to focus on tucking my chin around in my spine for the rest of my arms today. Squeeze your right butt cheek here. You should go through a really intense stretch through your right hip flexor to a really nice stretch through your back. Inhale. Cow pose in this lunge. Exhale, cat pose in this lunge. Inhale, last one. Exhale. Good. Next inhale, just come back to center. Plant your hands, lift that back leg. Start to turn yourself towards the right. You're going to come into this wide leg forward fold, kind of hanging upside down. Gentle little twist here. Plant your left hand. Bring your right hand to your lower back of your hip. And then inhale, open up towards the right. Now notice when you twist, where you're twisting from. Are you using the left hand to press yourself open? I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is think about twisting from your waist, no matter how limited your range of motion might be there. So you might not even feel like you're twisted open at all, but I want you to see if you can think, I'm twisting from my belly button. I'm gently twisting from my lower back. There's no back bend here. Your belly is still really nice and strong. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, we'll come back to center. Plant your right hand, bring your left hand to your lower back. Twist to your left. Good, next exhale, come back to center. Turn all the way to the back of your mat. So now you're framing your right foot. And I want you to start to straighten that leg. So it's like an extended pyramid pose. Now again, what can happen here is you might be able to see my left hip is poked up real high. I'm going to press my left hip down, pull my right hip back. See if I can even out my hips, have everything square to the back of the mat. Might put a little bend in my right leg here, maybe my fingertips, maybe my palms. I'm just going to lower myself down in pigeon pose. Right? So I'm going to turn the right foot in, lower the shin down. This pigeon pose, you can let it be what you want. Right? If you're kind of feeling the gentleness today, you can settle in maybe just to your forearms down to your chest. If you want a little bit of activation, you can leave this back knee off the ground, right? Tuck the back toe with the back knee off. And then think about zipping everything up towards the midline. You get a nice little stretch from the left hip flexor as well as the right outer hip. Kind of go where you need to today. What feels good in your hips. Wherever you might be at, take one more and bring the bottom of your feet together. Now, in this Baddha Konasana position, instead of trying to open up your knees so wide, sitting up real nice and tall, I want you to focus on one, still sitting up real nice and tall. I want you to press your feet together more than anything else. So that lifts your knees up, so be it. Press the feet together, sit up tall, and then notice if over time you still don't find a little more room. You might start to fold forward a little bit, round out the spine, if that feels good. But wherever you might go, reaching out, staying up, you're still pressing the feet together. For some reason for me today, everything just kind of wants to go down. So I'm really just kind of letting myself fold and around and hang out. But when I do this, the activation for the stretch is still there. So even though that was a big round for my back, even though I'm talking to you and I keep turning my head, you really shouldn't do that with your neck. The activation of my legs is still there where I want it. My feet are still pressing together. My belly is still active, it's still doing a little bit of work. Take one more inhale here, maybe bring yourself up if you're not there yet. Good. As you exhale, start to turn all the way back towards the front of the mat. You're going to come to a tabletop position, not the back, I'm sorry, the front of the mat, back to the front of the mat, back to the future, right? So we're in this tabletop position. I want you to step your left foot back, okay? Keep the toes down to the ground, maybe step the heel down towards the ground. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. It's like a modified side plank here. And then just for a little bit of stretch, again, a little bit of strength, through the hips. Get really strong on the left foot. Maybe even bring your hand to your hip, that helps you bounce a little bit. So you can lift the knee off the ground and set it back down. 2, lift it up, set it down. Again, my focus is lifting this left hip higher up towards the ceiling. Lift that knee up. 3, set it down. Lift it up. 4, one more. Lift it up. 5. Good. I'm going to plant my left hand down towards the ground, step my right foot forward, step my left foot forward, to that forward fold. Bend my knees so my belly can rest on my thighs. Inhale over the course of 2 or 3 breaths, I can ragdoll myself all the way up to stand. Inhale, left knee lifts up into the chest. Arms can go with it if you want. Open up your hip out towards the side. A little bit of internal rotation. Start to step and kick that left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Then softly crescent pose. Lower down that back knee. Hands to your right thigh. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Left butt cheek still stays strong. Strength a little back. Exhale, cow pose. Round it out. Bring everything back. Still squeezing that left butt cheek. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one through. Exhale. Good. Inhale, bring your hands down towards the mat. Again, you're going to lift that back knee and pivot towards the side of your mat. You're moving to your left this time. Again, we'll take a gentle little twist, but a little different this time. Instead of hands staying at the center of the mat, I want you to bring your left hand all the way over towards your right leg. Okay, however you can get it there. Maybe you can grab a foot. Maybe you can only grab the thigh or the knee. Doesn't really matter. Right hand to your lower back. Again, I want you to twist first from your torso, but then if you have, you can pull yourself in a little bit with that left arm. Next exhale, come on back to center. Walk your hands all the way over to the left. Grab your left leg with the right hand, wherever you want to be at. Left hand comes to your lower back. Twist from the torso first, a little bit of strength to the belly, and then pull with the right arm. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, release those hands. Turn towards the back of your mat. So your left leg is your frame of your left leg is your hands. Straighten that left leg to that little overextended pyramid or variation of pyramid pose. Again, square your hips off. So left hip pulls back, right hip presses forward. Try to level them up. Next exhale, so you can float the left foot off the mat and lower yourself down into pigeon pose, which pigeon pose feels good. Again, if you're just feeling really, really tight to your hips specifically, and maybe a little bit of activation with this back knee, right? Kind of stay up onto your fingertips, a little back end might feel good. If you want a little love for your lower back as well, probably bracing your belly and lowering down that little bit around you will feel really good. Either way, belly stays strong and stays active, right? There is a difference between squeezing and bracing as hard as you can, like Bruce Lee was going to kick you in the stomach, versus you have enough activation to do the work that needs to be done. Right? So I need to squeeze my belly at like a 2 or a 3 while I'm hanging out in pigeon pose, just to make sure I don't let everything kind of go haywire and wacky. I don't need to be squeezing at a 10. Obviously, I would wear myself out way too early to make it through a 1 hour class. There's always a little bit of effort, there's always a little bit of activation somewhere in yoga. It's subtle, it's gentle, but it's there. Go ahead and take a little more, or you might be at. Next exhale, you're going to rock over onto that left hip, swing the right leg around again, still facing the back side of your mat. Feet come together. Once again, press those feet together, and then gently settle into whatever feels good here. Maybe you want to stay up tall, maybe you want to round down and in. Feet are pressing together. Next inhale, start to bring yourself back up, turning towards the left, coming all the way back towards the front of the room into your tabletop position. This time, you're going to step your right foot back, spin the heel down towards the ground. A little bit of strength here. Your left hand stays. Inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling, or with the right hand on your hip. You kind of get the view from the other side if you want to go confused with the first side. But little like side lifts, reaching this right hip all the way up to the ceiling. Your left knee comes up off the ground, lower back down. 1, lift up, 2, lift up, 3, lift up, 4, lift up, 5. Good. Bring your right hand back towards the mat. Step your left foot forward. Bring your right foot to meet forward fold at the top of the mat. This time, as you bend your knees and rest your belly on your thighs, I want you to keep lowering all the way down towards the ground until your butt hits. So now we're seated, facing the front of the room. Bring your feet, maybe even hands behind you to help. So your butt's down. I want you to bring your feet where they would be at like a squat. So same distance apart. If you turn your toes out a lot, you can turn your toes out. If you don't turn your toes out, sometimes you don't turn them out here. Basically trying to get as close to squat as we can with our butts actually on the ground, right? Some of us will be a little close to our hips. Some of us will be a little further away. Either way, once you're there, we'll strengthen your feet where they're at. You're going to drop everything over towards the left. Okay, kind of in a little figure 4 position. And then again, you can use your hands. Come back to center. Move slow. Drop everything over towards the right. Slow, slow, slow is key here. As much range of motion as you can find. Maybe you can lift the left knee first, then the right knee, and then start to lower the left knee down, and the right knee down. All right, back to center. Right knee comes up. Left knee comes up. Right knee starts to make its way down. Left knee starts to make its way down. Let's do one more. And move slowly like that. Left knee goes up. Right. Left knee down. Right knee down. And last side. Right up. Left. Right down. Left. Now, coming back to center, I'm going to turn so you guys can see me the best way you can see me. I simply want you to lower, come into this like figure 4 position. Okay, so left shin in front, your right knee is about maybe almost up to your left foot, but again, your knees are both at 90-degree angles. Okay, so call it a figure 4 position or 90 position. We're going to really crank up the hips here a little bit. It'll be fun. Okay, so I'm turning this way just so you can see what I'm actually doing. Okay? Now, first thing we're going to do, relatively simple. I want you to keep everything pressing down to the ground. So really think about pressing your foot, your right foot into the ground, your right knee into the ground, your left foot into the ground, your left knee into the ground. Hands out to your side. Just gently lean out and over your left hip. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lean out and over that left hip again. Lots of strength in the hips, pressing down, right? Inhale, lift up. So it's like it's helping you lift as you pressing your hips and your feet down. Exhale, one more time, lean out. Inhale, come back up. Now, next thing, if you leave your hands on the ground for this, you can. Try to lean as little as possible. Stay up as tall as you possibly can. See if you can lift just your right foot off the ground. Lower it down. Oh, man, fires up that hip so good. Inhale, float that foot off the ground. Lower it down. One more time. Float that foot off the ground. Lower it down. Good. This next one is a little easier. A little hard, easy, hard, easy. Lift just the right knee off the ground as high as you can. Lower it down. Lift the knee. Lower it down. Lift the knee. Lower it down. Now we're going to try to lift both at the same time. Okay, again, leaning as little as possible. Float the knee and the foot off the ground. Lower down. Lift. Lower. Lift. Last one. Lower. Good. Let's switch sides. So, bring the right foot in front. Left leg is the one that's kind of kicked back. Again, 90-degree angles in your knees. You can see my left knee isn't actually touching my right foot. That's okay. Some of you might have the mobility to still be in a really good position like this. That's fine if you are. Right? Doing this, I think it makes it a little more challenging this way to be opened up a little more. But it's not guaranteed kind of according to your body. So, hands out to your side. Here we go. Everything pressing down towards the ground. Really strong belly here. Lean out over your right leg. Lower as much as you can. Press back up on the exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise back up. One more. Lower down, out, and down. Press in the ground. Up. All right, really tough one. Lift just the left ankle off the ground. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Not nearly as much range of motion for me here. Lower. Now the easier one. Let's lift the left knee off the ground. Lift as much as you can find. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Last one, toughest one of all. Lift both left ankle and left knee off the ground. Lean just a little bit if you need to. Lift. Lower. Oh, if they can actually lift up off the ground, it's the motion and the strength that's important, right? So you can still fire up the same way and not actually lift things off the ground. That's okay. Number 2, lift. Lower. Last one, lift it up. Lower. Good. Swing your left leg around. Everything's facing the front of the mat. Grab a strap, t-shirt, whatever you might have. We're going to do similar exercise we did already, but just changing the orientation. We're on backs instead of on feet. I want you to hook this strap around your right foot. Go ahead and lay down onto your back. I've all picked up class this way before, and really do the same cues we did when we were balanced on one foot. You can be in sort of like a half bridge here with this left foot on the ground, or you can extend it out long, whatever you want. But instead of pulling this leg in, I want you to really think of pulling the leg down and let that leg sort of sink into the right hip. So those hips got a lot of work to that last little sequence. Let that femur bone sink deeper into the hip socket. Back a little further, let it reset. A little bit of shake going on with the leg. Kind of feels good, actually. Take one more inhale. Next exhale, gentle little figure four. So you're going to bend your right knee, pull your right foot in towards your chest. If you want to bring the left knee in, you can, but you got the strap, so you really don't need to. All right, give my knee a little bit of support. Keep pulling the right foot and towards my chest. Good. I'm going to release the strap. I'm just going to give myself a couple little hip circles, whatever feels good. Not completely done with this right leg. Just shaking it out. And then you're going to take a gentle little twist. Bring this right leg across your body. You can extend the leg long, you can leave it bent, whatever feels good here. A little bit of engagement in your torso. You don't want to be in a back bend in this twist. Right? Just gently twisting out the lower back. Inhale, come on back to center. We'll close this class out with the left side. Hook that strap around the left leg. Again, whatever feels good for you. Leg out, right leg flat, or right foot flat. Pull this left hip, left leg down into the hip. Next exhale, go ahead and find a little figure four stretch. You can pull the left foot in towards your chest, open up the knee. And lastly, release that strap. Wiggle out that left hip, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, pull the left knee across your body, gentle little twist here. Return back to center. To bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Let your hips lift off the ground a little bit. Really curl up into a ball. See, again, keeping a little bit of activation through your belly. And lastly, extend those legs out long for Shavasana. Land wherever and however you need to. Legs apart, legs together. If you like to take up a lot of space on your mat, maybe you like to take up as little as possible. Maybe like me, you want to stay a little longer, curled up into a ball. Whatever feels right. And as you lay in the Shavasana, take note of your body. Take note of what feels a little more open. Perhaps take notice what feels a little more grounded, a little more secure. What feels a little stronger. What feels reset. And then taking those same questions up to the mental space, your head space. Where do you feel reset? Where do you feel a little more secure? Where do you feel a little more open? As always, with these virtual classes, feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you need to. Perhaps a gentle class like this leads to more feeling of gentleness, and a 5 to 7 to even 10-minute Shavasana might be calling your name. Perhaps you've done well to bear with the stillness, bear with the gentleness, and it is time for you to allow your body and mind to get moving again. If that's the case, please wiggle the fingers and toes, gradually wake that body up, reach the arms up over your head, take a nice long full body stretch, feel free to sigh it out. And then peel yourself up to a nice comfortable seat, facing the front of your mat. Staying up nice and tall. Simple closing, a simple gentle practice. You can rest those hands on your knees in your lap and bring them up to prayer heart center. Know that I always appreciate you being here with me to share this practice. Mahalo, Malohia, and Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I hope it was a great class. I hope you could hear okay. If you did take this live, leave us a little comment, let us know how the audio was. Otherwise, hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next week.